Hello? Hello, and welcome back to LUKE-N-SHAE'S place. So glad you guys stopped by. Hope that you're wearing your smile. Hope that you are ready for a banger reaction video. The title of this video is Framed. Same video, different story. We're gonna go ahead and kind of elaborate on why I chose that title and what we're gonna be talking about. Before we begin, go ahead and click that like button, put me in an algorithm so that other viewers can find this platform and see the content that is being shared. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like the content and it adds value. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for those who have joined the LUKE-N-SHAE'S place family. Glad to have you guys. And why not share if you like the video? Go ahead and share it with your family and friends. But Framed, same video, different story. We're going to be diving into why people will get a whole video, or they'll see a video and they'll share, or they'll edit half of the video basically to fit their narrative. But it basically, the video that I'm trying to share with you guys, it's basically going to touch on how media clips shape what you believe. They don't show you everything, just enough. What's left out says more than what's shown. Perspective is everything, because truth is easy to sell when it's edited. So we're gonna dive into that. I have two videos that I wanna share with you guys. One is coming from, and you guys, before I even tell you what platforms I'm gonna be sharing these videos from, some of you may have seen the video going around a few days ago. It was about students at an HBCU, the Tennessee State University in Nashville. So, they basically, the students there, they ran a group of conservative, basically, I would say, we're going to call them debaters. Conservative debaters, calling themselves their fearless debates. I believe that's what they call themselves. Let me just make sure. Yes, they're calling themselves fearless debates. And they were at this HBCU. We're going to actually look at the video if you haven't seen it already. But we're getting two views of this video. So different platforms that I'm going to be getting this video from, I happen to see. One is coming from Anton Daniels. Some of you might be familiar with the Anton Daniels platform. I'm familiar with the Anton Daniels platform. Again, I'm going to share as always, down in the description section, I'm going to share the videos that I'm sharing, their information. You can go over to the platform and check out the full videos, because I'm only going to be showing partial of it. But I just wanted to show the part where both these platforms, so I have Anton Daniels, his platform, and also Reese Waters, his platform. So we're going to show the difference in, okay, again, Framed, different story. Actually, same story, different, deliverance. The way they're delivering the story, it's the same video. So sometimes in the media, we will get a video. Somebody will share a video with us. But depending on where it's coming from, a lot of times news outlets does this as well. They'll only put a section of the video out that fits their narrative or goes with their beliefs. So we're gonna actually look at these two videos again, Anton Daniels and Reese Waters. Great platforms, guys. With whatever your preference is, go over there, check out their content. Again, they are awesome, both platforms in their own way. Okay, so go check it out. But I just wanted to point this out because as I watched Reese Waters' video about this, I kind of, watched it, and it was a difference when Anton put his video, to his viewers and on his platform, and the talking points are totally different. But I just want you to see again why I picked this title. Okay, Framed, same video, different story. Sometimes you can only look further, get your own information. Sometimes you have to do fact checks. to get the whole story. But I'm going to share the two videos with you guys, and again, from two different platforms. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. This is coming from Anton Daniels. Go in the description section and you'll see his whole title of his video down below. All right, let's go.
We got to go ahead and get started with the show. So we're going to go over to the HBCUs, and then we're going to move over into Michael Porter Jr. All right, so HBCUs, specifically Tennessee State University. I didn't even know Tennessee State had an HBCU, or Tennessee had an HBCU, but I'm assuming that most places in the South has an HBCU. This was some of what was happening on campus. I'm gonna play about a couple minutes, and then we're gonna come back.
Come on. Yo. You better not, Blake. You better not. Okay. Bring the sign back.
We're gonna do like a little end live pregame or postgame situation here. We have 500 people watching.
We got 500 right here watching.
Look. Whoa. This is insane. What the heck? Oh my gosh. You're pretty close.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw something in our car?
They just tried to hit the car. Oh my gosh.
I think Forrest is still out there trying to make sure the car.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
So I'm gonna leave it there. All right. Obviously, it was dropped a lot more videos, but it's kind of going viral from all of the hostility that was experienced from these guys that had on Maga hats and was looking to have conversations / debates on campus. What do you guys think about what was going on? Let me change that. What do you guys think about what was going on Tennessee State University's campus?
I wish I was an NIGGA so I can get high and smoke weed all day.
I don't know what that means, Quentin.
I don't know when it got so ghetto. Like, when did it get so ghetto? It was a little bit more, from my understanding, a little bit more mixed up at some point.
Maybe it gets a little ghetto when that's all you're putting out there, but let's see more, okay? Just want you to hear a little bit of the talking points, right, from this video first, but let's go.
Point.
Do you think that
It's like they just let anybody in.
Well, I think they let pretty much anybody in a lot of these HBCUs because I think it's kind of difficult to get students. You know, I remember when I was in school, and maybe it was a little bit different when y'all was in school, but when I was in college, you kind of had to qualify to kind of get into these universities. Now it's almost as though
Mhm.
they're trying to recruit people, anybody to come to these universities because that's where they make their money or something like that. So I don't know what that means.
I know a white chick that got her whole like nursing degree paid for free because she went to HBCU.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because they give out grant scholarships to people who are anything else but black.
Mm-hmm.
Howard makes that known. They come to the schools when you're in school and they tell you that.
Mm-hmm. They'll recruit non-black people to HBCUs for sports and stuff like that. So
And
Shout out to Langston University.
Because
Go Lions.
HBCUs are black owned. So
I'm sorry.
What do y'all think about the hostility that
they are black owned.
Too many emotions.
I've never seen such a group of people get offended by a red hat.
Okay.
that's
When
the
you see a
black
red hat with
community.
white letters, nigga, they will lose their fucking shit.
I got
Do
a
you
different take.
go
I
ahead?
got a different take because I didn't see that first. I saw the two young men and then a young black boy, and they were talking.
Yeah, that was initially.
Right. And
Or
so
after.
that's what I saw first. And they were, even though the young black guy, he
So notice how Mika is showing that one of the ladies on his platform saying that's not what I saw first. And he was like, yeah, that was initially. So, because I wanted to see maybe, okay, this is the only video that came across his feed to share. But he said, oh, yeah, that was initially. Like, that part of the video doesn't matter. But let's watch more.
didn't agree with them, but he was conversing. And then the young men that were around him, they were fine. They were engaging, but they weren't wild.
Yeah.
Next thing you knew, the women showed up and they started snatching stuff and throwing stuff. And I think that's when it went off the rails. And then when the white boys got up to get their stuff, then, the super saver simps, they got up, don't touch her, don't do this, don't do that. And so my take was, I think they were doing, like, we can talk about all the other stuff, but I think they were doing fine when it was just with the boys or the men, because they were already inclined to converse and listen, even if they didn't agree. The women just saw red hats, just saw MAGA, just decided they was, going to fall into that whole 92%. My mama told me we don't like MAGA.
Notice how they keep bringing up the red hats. Like, okay, the women just saw red hats. The students just saw red MAGA hats and they went off the rails. Did that really happen? Let's see, because if you're only showing a portion of the video, then that's all you have to go by. So it's almost like you have a specific direction that you're trying to sway your audience just because you want them to believe that these students were genuinely just being ratchet, okay, at this HBCU. But let's watch more. I just want to hear a little bit more of their talking points before we get to our next video.
We don't like Trump. And you saw it escalate really, really, really fast when the women came in. They were coming from this way and this way. And so I honestly and truly think that it wasn't necessary that a lot of those kids didn't want them there. I think a certain demographic of those kids didn't want them there. And I thought security should have did a better job at weeding those kids out versus removing everybody and then removing the other students. Because I think it's very good that people come and converse, especially with Black kids, because we always talk about, well, nobody talks to Black kids. They just talk about Black kids. Okay, well, people can talk to them. But then when they talk to them, they say don't talk to them. So it's like, are you in the conversation or you're not?
I agree.
Slammy, thoughts?
Y'all not gonna like this, but
I know what you're gonna say. I know exactly
No.
what you're gonna say before you say it.
I just feel like this is the wrong time for that right now. I think you should let things settle down before you do this right now. Before you do this, like it's too fresh off the Charlie Kirk thing. We a couple stages away from a race war, damn near. The way the media pushing everything, I just don't think the timing for that is. I don't think it's the right timing for that. Like I understand you want to have dialogue, you want to try and see what's going on, you want to check people's temperature, but I think the timing for this is bad. I don't think this country right now as is in a state where we can have dialogue in certain environments and at HBCUs where it's predominantly black demographic and you wearing MAGA hats, which do the programming, they're gonna automatically see a MAGA hat and they're gonna think you're racist. I don't think that's the time to have dialogue, and I don't think that's the way. I think
So I'm going to stop the video right there. This particular video, that's some of the talking points. I actually have to agree with Slimmy, what he was saying, what he was getting at. If you want to see the full video, you can go ahead and check it out. But I want you to see that, they basically are saying MAGA hats. But is that really what happened? Because in the video that Anton is showing, you're not seeing what signs these guys had out there. And you'll later see, if you want to watch the full video, again, I'll have it in the description section, what the title of his video is, so you can just pull it right up on YouTube. But I want you to know that they keep saying the MAGA hats. There's further dialogue. You have to go check out what Anton says too, what he, his views on the whole thing. But I just want you to see how that video right here is aimed a certain way. Now let's take a look at how Reese Waters displayed this video. And I just want to show you again, same video, different story. Let's go. Okay, guys, so I'm about to play the second video. This is Reese Waters. Go over to his platform and check him out, doing great things over there. And in the description section, you will have his full title of his video so that you can check it out to its entirety. But I also wanted to share with you guys, just in case you haven't seen from the first video, because he never goes into it, right? When Anton posted his video, he didn't really give, details, like information of, okay, what signs were they holding? Were they provoking the students? Because that was a discussion that came up. Oh, I believe Slimmy was saying how he thought that Ann Carey, when she comes on later, because she was late to the platform, but she also agrees with Slimmy, and, it was more so, were they provoking the students? This, fearless debate group that came on their campus. Were they provoking? I would have to say yes. I would agree that they were provoking. The only reason why I'm saying that is because when you watch the full video, then you'll actually see not only that, but what's key and pertinent to this whole thing is that they were not even invited. The university stated they were not even invited to the university, to this HBCU. They had no permission to be there. They just came out there and set up, and again, if you want to know facts, go look that up. That's key information that people need to share in the video so that you're not swaying views one-sided. Because the way it was portrayed in the first video is those people were there and they just wanted to have a conversation with students and have a debate, and we seen them getting ran off. The only side we saw were when they were getting kicked off of campus, and basically, wow, that's a shame, that's not fair. But let's look at Reese Waters' platform. Let's see how he puts this video out there. Let's go.
Today's nominee, these cornballs at Tennessee State. Now, over the course of the past year, we have repeatedly spoken in this very space about the intentional provocation of black folk. And then, of course, immediately after Charlie Kirk's death, we saw threats sent specifically to HBCUs. And this is like those two stories had a baby. Huh? No, she didn't take Tylenol when she was pregnant with this one. Maga Fearless Debaters group removed from Tennessee State University campus. The group appeared on Tennessee State University's campus and Make America Great Again hats and signs that read DEI should be illegal. And that's not all. They also had a sign that said deport all illegals. Now,
wouldn't that be important to see? Because again, in the first video, we are seeing where they just kept saying MAGA hats. Okay, there's debaters that showed up on this campus with MAGA hats. Wow, why are people so triggered by MAGA hats? Let's look at these signs. DEI should be illegal. Okay, and then they have some talking points, which it looks like some things down here that are actually covered up by. But let's look at the second sign. Deport all illegals now. Let's talk. So these people show up at your college, right? A HBCU college, right? Basically, okay? You're showing up at a black college in Tennessee, right? And this is, you're setting up on their campus. Imagine getting out of class. You're seeing, yeah, guys with a MAGA hat, and you see these signs. Now, does that look like we're coming to just have a conversation? Let's have a conversation. Or are we provoking these students? These are some controversial topics that you're coming to have a discussion about, right? So, and especially like Slimmy said in the first video, is the timing even right? Like, this is like not the time. You know, there's a time and place for everything. But for you to first and foremost go to this college without permission, I don't even know how that is even a thing that security didn't catch. You're just setting up camp at this college, you know, no permission to do so. And it just looks like you're there to provoke. You're there to just start something with these students. But let's go.
let's break this down. So you showed up to a HBCU in MAGA hats and a sign that said DEI should be illegal. I don't think you were there for the kids. Yeah, it don't really sound like you were there to have an honest flow of ideas. Now, granted, there's a ton more breadcrumbs that lead right back to the stunt that this exactly was, but this out of the gate is pretty hot. I mean, I've never showed up to a date with a sign that says I cheat. What would you be doing that for other than to gain attention for yourself? And of course, we'll circle back around to
I can't. That's so true. Who shows up like that? You just telling it. Wouldn't that be so easy to figure people out if we just walked around with signs? Like, we just have our titles right on the sign, like what our real intentions are. Wow, how much easier life would be if we could just see people through their sign. The first thing we see. Okay, let's go. That's a whole different topic. Let's see what Reese has to say.
to that. But since you got it, here's a question. Let's start the fearless debate. Why do HBCUs exist? What was the reason for HBCUs? Be careful. You're going to end up in critical race theory. On Tuesday, the Nashville HBCU reported that a group of people unaffiliated with the university appeared on campus around 3 p.m. without prior notice. The group known as Fearless Debaters reportedly appeared on TSU's campus with filming equipment, Make America Great Again hats, and sign that read DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. According to the group, TSU was the first HBCU on their Fearless tour, which aims to bring honest conversation and open debate back to America's college campuses and was inspired by Charlie Kirk. Define inspired. You saw open space to grift. Is that what that? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. A university statement states that any demonstration or protest activity requires advance approval and permitting, which prompted TSU police and staff to escort these individuals off campus, quote, without incident. They also released a statement where they said campus police and staff responded promptly and the individuals were escorted from university grounds without incident. At all times, TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner. Well, let's see.
Mega supporters invaded our HBCU.
What is going on over here?
You called the East primitive, but what? We created y'all knowledge. We created y'all science. We created y'all math. Y'all didn't do shit besides steal. Y'all didn't do anything to your...
Wait a minute. Is that Sandman?
I'm on my knees screaming, pray for me, mama.
I've been kicking people off the Apollo stage for what, 31 years? If you're not good enough, you get booed off the stage, the audience love it.
That's how we debate. You know what I mean? That's exactly how we debate. You know, every debate I've ever had with black people has been at that volume. And the crowd will boo you too. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the crowd definitely will boo you.
You guys didn't make shit. You guys touched children. You guys fucked.
Showing them the door.
We walking them to the door, y'all. I don't even know how they got on campus. We gonna figure that out, but I don't know. They need to get like a trespass, like penalty or something because
Sending them off.
Tell him it's that boy. He thought he was gonna come up like Charlie.
Yes.
Man,
yes.
yes.
Say good job, TSU.
Good job. Shout out to my good.
Hey, is that Jabari? Now he said, no, because he said he owed me $40. He said he ain't left the house. What he doing in Tennessee? I mean, they waved and everything on the way out. And what was it? Professional and respectful manner.
Respectful and professional manner. So to each its own with that. Because again, we actually took a glimpse of, we did see the parking lot and how that happened. But who is saying that, again, one video is showing one thing, the other showing almost the whole thing, because a lot of the parking lot was cut out in this, but also look at what happened prior to that parking lot incident that was shared in Anton Daniels' video, because you skipped out the whole part that was important. The signs, what they came to talk about, that's important. And the fact that they didn't even have permission to be at the university is important. We can't just leave out those parts, those key parts to a story. You basically are putting out the same video, but different stories. Like you have your views, Anton, Reese has his views, and he's showing more of the video. Okay, I don't know who wrote that the students acted in a professional, but when you see one of the students, maybe they meant that part where he was actually having dialogue with them, he was actually talking to them, having the debate, until, I don't know, some other students got triggered by this whole thing and it just went the opposite way. But we can't just share parts, the only parts that we want people to see, because that's basically catering. You want to have people see it your way. You want to have people look at your views a certain way. I don't want to show the whole thing because I want to paint these people a certain way. So at the end of the day, this kind of framing, video editing, definitely, it affects public perception, social division, and political discourse. Just ask yourself this one question. What are you actually seeing? What are you actually seeing? Is it the truth? Are we fact checking it? Are we believing the first video that we see? Are we sharing it? Are we actually looking more into it? Different platforms, different views, same video, but definitely different story. So just ask yourself that question. What are you seeing out here? When you look at not just different platforms, when you look at the news, when you look at different news outlets, you know that a lot of times certain news outlets will sway a video a certain way. And then another one might actually sway it this way. But there's a saying, there's his side, her side, and then there's the truth. That saying is usually with relationships, but it should be with everything in life. You have one side, you have the other side, and then you have the middle, which is the truth. So just be mindful that everything that we see is not what it really seems. Sometimes people twist it to fit their own narrative. And from what I'm gathering, when you're being provoked, and especially after all that the country just went through, and with debates on colleges and different the tragedy that just happened in our country, but when you have that and then you want to come out here and to a HBCU, and I'm not saying that colleges shouldn't be able to have discussions, which people shouldn't be able to have debates, but do it the right way. If you're going to do it at all, have them set it up in a part of the college where students have a choice to attend if they want. Get with the college, have them set it up, send out invitations. Hey, do you want to come to this debate? Have the students decide if that's something that they want to walk on, come and see and maybe interact with. But to walk out of your class and to see this set up on your campus, how are you going to react to that when it's something that you might not agree with? How are you going to have a good conversation, with, it seems like you picked two of the most controversial topics in our country right now, and you just went there for the purpose to get the reaction you did get. What did you expect to happen, right? So when you don't do it the right way, that's what you're going to get. Now, had you reached out to the college and got permission, then the students who actually wanted to debate, then they could have came and debated with you. But with that being said, go ahead. I would love to read your comments below. What did you think about this video? Have you experienced this with different outlets, different platforms, where things were painted on one-sided? And if you like this video, if it added value, go ahead. Don't forget to click that like button. Why not put me in an algorithm and subscribe if you like this video and you like the content that we are sharing here at LUKE-N-SHAE'S Place. Go ahead and subscribe. Would love to have you be a part of our family. And why not share? Go ahead and share this video with friends and family, or with people that may have shared a one-sided video with you, so that way they can then see, hey, you know what? There's two sides, and then there's the truth. So I'm gonna wrap it up right there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, click that like button, and we want you to know here at LUKE-N-SHAE'S Place, Your mental health is important. A positive mentality is a destined reality. Stay positive, stay focused, stay blessed, and stay away from fake updates. I would say fake news, but I cannot stand that saying. I can't. But stay away from half truths. Let's go with that. Until next time, take care.